Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great day. I'm trying to think of different beginnings again, but I don't know what else to say besides like, hello. I hope everybody's happy in life and they're excited to watch this video. Okay, so today I wanted to do something a little different. I have been creating videos that are kind of on myself, and I'm still going to do this video, which is on me, but I also want to incorporate something different, which is kind of maybe a little bit of useful knowledge for everybody out there. Hopefully, I can help maybe improve some of you guys' life if you like my ideas. So, I'm gonna just go ahead and I kind of have been trying to improve myself and pretty much doing things to, I don't know, care about myself and do things for myself instead of kind of creating my world around things that may not be positive. So I've been kind of taking some negativity out of my life and filling it with positive things. So I want to share those things with you guys. I'm really hoping that, some of the things that I have written down, because I created a list, will maybe help someone out there. So I'm going to just start. And this is how to care for yourself. This was my journey. And I feel so good now after doing so many things that I put on this list. I just feel so relaxed. And I do these things almost every single day, and I feel so much better. I filled my time before with some things that I don't think were, as positive for me as I thought. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys my list, and this is pretty much how to care about yourself. I'm going to start off with my first one, and this one is super important, and this helped me a lot, and it's just pretty much get off social media. Limit the time on there. I did this, and I feel so much better. I would spend kind of a lot of time on social media because I looked at it as a way for me to improve myself. I was like, if I look at other people, and I follow 40,000 people. So I was like, if I look and follow all these people and see what they're doing, it's going to inspire me, and I'm going to just benefit myself in life. And I started realizing that me looking at all these people every day, I was spending hours looking at social media because I have so many people, and it was like a new picture, a new video. And I realized that I was really filling my life with social media, and it was not benefiting me. It was just filling up my time, and I was looking at that time as more wasted time. Now with social media, I get on there, I post what I need to because I need to for work. I post and then I leave. I get on there as more of a business than a pleasure type situation. So I think as kind of like a self-help, it's not too helpful to just be constantly sitting on your phone looking at all these things. You're not really caring for yourself. And this is what this list is to really just do things that almost make yourself feel good, and these are all for you, and this is what I did for me. So the get off social media one was really important. I feel like people put on there what they want you to see, so you're just kind of involving in it, and that's what I was doing. So taking myself out of that world really helped, and now I have these extra hours, and it's just really nice to have this extra time. So I'm going to add to not only kind of get off social media, is I stopped watching as much TV and all that stuff. There's so many different entertainment networks, and it's great, I feel like, to have a little bit of it, but sometimes we get so entwined with it that it's taking over too much of our life, and I kind of put that stuff away and was like, okay, I want to feel bored. I want to feel like, oh, what's there to do? What good things is there? So that was another thing, just kind of delete all those things, or at least take a break from them. That's what I did. Or even just not as much if you have an issue. If you don't, you don't have social media, you don't watch too much TV, you're doing great. You're probably happier than some of us who are really entwined in that life, and some of us who are spending 5 hours a day just on social media. So kind of goes into my next thing of prioritizing time. When I was spending it doing all these things that weren't really benefiting me, I was looking at the end like, okay, I spent most of the day trying to do all these things, was it beneficial? So I realized to not do that. And now I have all these extra hours and I've been doing so many different things, and I'll go into those things. So my next thing is to just wake up early and get ready and start. If the day before you went to sleep later, wake up early anyways. Even if you're tired, then you're going to go to sleep early and then wake up early. So that really helped me. I kind of have to because I have a son and he's going to wake up, but I think that if I was doing this just on my own, I think I would just feel so much better. I'm doing it because of my child, but I think it's benefiting me, and I think it could benefit a lot of other people. Sleeping in until late, or even what I would do, I would be like, well, the lighting's really good in the late afternoon. Maybe I should just kind of relax until noon, then get ready and then go. And it wasn't really benefiting me. I wasn't really excited to go, and I feel like you have energy in the morning. You got to just get up, shower, and go, like get things moving. And I think that's just about caring for yourself. When you look good, you're gonna feel good. So I think that's one thing about yourself that you got to do, is just keep making yourself feel good. And even if you have like a nice outfit, comfortable outfit, make sure you just have that great appearance that makes you feel really good and clean and just just really great. And stop worrying about the gym. If you're one of those people where you love the gym, this was a big thing for me. I have a love-hate relationship with the gym. And I had a trainer, so she would come. And at first, I was like, I love this. I would do it 3 times a week. And then after maybe a few months, I was like, a lot of my time is being spent here. And now I'm getting tired. I was kind of falling off, not really into it. And I realized the same thing kind of happened to me when I signed up for the gym. I was like, okay, the first coat, but then I'm like, And I think some people, if you're a gym person, you go do it and you keep going and you got this. But there are some people who they almost worry about the gym. And I'm one of those people. I worry. And I'm like, why am I worrying about the gym? I realized I'm not a gym person. When I want to be a gym person, I'll go to the gym. I have a gym in my house. If I want to go out there and work out, okay. But I think that's one thing that really made me more relaxed, is to stop caring about it. So I don't have a membership anymore. I don't have a personal trainer that comes to my house anymore. I am just, when I have those moments, I'm running back and forth. I am just doing little workouts. The other day I grabbed my son and just kind of walked fast back and forth. And I'll do stretches with him, and I'll just kind of play with him, but I'll do as much workout I can with the family or just in my own settings. If I want to go jump on the bike, I'll go jump on the bike, but I'm not making it something to where it's stressing me out. So I feel like if you're not a gym person, just stop worrying about it. I feel like that's caring about yourself, is not going crazy about it. And this kind of goes with the not going to the gym, is eating right. Because if we're not going to the gym and we're not working out as much, which if you want to do it, do it. If you're inspired to do it. But if you're someone like me that you're like, oh, I don't want to be stressed by it, eating healthy is going to be beneficial to people like us. We need to eat healthy, and eating healthy feels great. So don't eat anything bad. stay with me on this healthy diet. Let's eat our vegetables. I love just creating meals, and that leads into this next piece is not only eating healthy but cooking. I know people hate cooking. I love cooking, so that one's great for me. But I think it's good for yourself to be able to cook yourself a meal and a good meal and just learn or have your favorite dish that you like creating, even if it's something small or easy to make. I think just having that meal is relaxing. So that kind of goes with that. And going outside too, I think is amazing. Feeling the air. I will always make sure to go out once a day outside and just breathe. But there are some people, I think of my sister. My sister really doesn't go outside as much. Her house is closer to other people. So when she goes in the backyard, she's kind of like, okay, there's neighbors I gotta like say hi to. But I think for her, she probably just has to like bring a towel out there, lay on the ground, put on like a mask or something, and just lay there and breathe in the air. That's what I would tell her. But just really going outside and feeling peace. And that was just a big thing for me, is me just taking that 10 minutes to go outside and breathe and look at the nature or walk to the park, depending on how much time you have. But I feel like everybody should have enough time to just go outside, and even if you're not in the best location, just close your eyes and breathe it in. And that just, I feel like, is another thing that's good for us. All these things that are weighing on us, if I feel like this list is something that's gonna release so much, and it did for me. So I'm really hoping that some of you guys take my list seriously, or just, you hear something off that list that you are like, I'm going to do that more of. And this one's a big one. This one I really, really needed to work on, and it's relax, which it sounds so easy, relax. But sometimes little things can work us up, especially me, little stupid things that don't even matter. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, like if the dishes aren't cleaned and somebody's coming over, I'll be panicking and being like, oh my God, I have to have these dishes washed before they get here, or they'll think I'm really messy. But it doesn't matter if they get there and I'm washing dishes. It's not like they've never seen a dirty dish before, or, they might be like, okay, you're cleaning your dishes in front of me, whatever. You got to just relax, and whatever happens, happens. Or don't clean them, whatever, but be calm. And that's what I've kind of learned. Also, obviously, we need to keep things clean, because that's not good if we're not clean, because, you can't really be caring about yourself if your environment's dirty, or yourself. Which this goes into my next one, which is take a bath. And I don't mean, take a bath like shower bath, whatever. This is a specific bath. A lot of us just shower, we get in, wash what we need to, and we get out, we move on. But I don't think a lot of us take a really solid, relaxing bath. I'm not a bath person. I just shower, get in, get out. But sometimes I think to really care about yourself, going in that bathtub with bubbles and, or even like a bath bomb, a really pretty bath bomb, or a really manly smelling bath bomb, and candles, just taking that time, this warm bath, or even if it's really hot outside and you need a cold bath, just taking a bath and kind of making it just your moment. And I don't really do that too often, but I did it the other day, and I was like, wow, this is really nice. I enjoyed myself, and I felt like I was caring about myself. So I hope, these things, I'm going to keep going, but I really hope these things are things that we all do more of, because I really, really just, know they helped me. So my next one is setting goals. I think of my sister again on this one, because my sister sets so many goals, but sometimes she doesn't follow through with them, and then she gets upset, and it's like a whole big thing. And I think setting goals sometimes are not these schedules that are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., sticking straight to them and doing it. I think some of these goals do not have to be that extreme, and can be small goals. Like, I walked around the kitchen island 40 times. And you may think in your head, like, that's not that big of an accomplishment. But you know what? If you do that every day, it will be, and it'll be your thing. And that's what I kind of realized. And that's what I've been doing, is walking around my kitchen island and just getting those steps in, sometimes when I'm cooking or just when my son is playing. So I've been doing that, and it feels so good to just walk and do anything, just picking that one thing that is good. It doesn't necessarily have to be walking, it can be anything, but just having that thing that is interesting. So I'm going to keep going. We have the next one. Oh, this is one I learned when I was a kid, because my mom was that kind of person. When I would look at celebrities, she would be like, stop looking, none of that's real. She was all about like just being yourself and not looking at all of this stuff, which this kind of leads to social media, when you're just looking and looking and looking. And this is a good one. Don't worship people. Just don't do it. Celebrities, people, your friends, family members, don't worship anybody. Love yourself, love your life. Just be content with yourself and look at your positive things. If you can't see your positive things, then you need to just go ahead and write a list or say them out loud. And I did that. I was like, these are my positive traits, and I need to be thankful for these. And the more I would kind of look at myself and even create like voice notes or videos like this, I was like, I need a hobby. So these YouTube videos are more my hobby, and for me to be comfortable with myself and just feel good about myself, because I'm doing something. And even though I don't know if, like I was saying, I was like, maybe 200 people will watch this video and it'll go nowhere. But I'm gonna bring my sister up so much, but she said, because I told her, I was like, what if I create 100 videos and only 100 people watch those? And she's like, well, if you create 100 videos and 100 people watch those, then you're gonna have a lot of views. And then in a year, you're gonna have even more than that. So maybe to you, they won't seem like that much, but really they will be. And I was like, wow, thanks. That made me feel really good. So I think just creating any hobby that you're interested in, which mine has always been, filming, creating content, that whole thing. So I want to create some positive content and some content that's just different than my usual content. So I guess this is my hobby, and I recommend anyone out there get a hobby instead of just going through every day, kind of the same day. You can choose something and it'll be a little different. Another thing that I really want to say is how to care about yourself. Also, I think with our families, some of us are like, oh, my family, blah, blah, blah. But at the end, we have them. And sometimes I just am sitting there and I'm like, I am thankful for this family. Even if there's one person in your family, or you're talking about your dog, or you're talking about your cat, whoever you're talking about. Like, I love Rocco, my dog, and my cats, and my whole family, my husband, my son, everybody, even my sister, everybody, my sisters, I have 2 of them. But sometimes I feel like we forget that we're so lucky having them. So I always want to just sit there and remember that, and even like send a text or call them and be like, hey, you know, wow, I'm glad I have you. And another one that's important to me is we fill our head with so much music and TV and all these people talking to us. And I realize sometimes it's nice to either not hear anything and sit in the room and it just be silent and you're thinking of yourself and you know, just yourself, and you have your journal or your list of things that you want to do the next day. I feel like those things are all about you. And I realized that those things were about me. So I kept kind of doing those things. And I started also listening to music. And I don't mean the music that's like people singing, I mean more just like instruments and classical more music, but more just different instruments and lighter, just calming music, and just closing my eyes and going outside, and sometimes just not even hearing people's voices or anything but just those sweet instruments. It's just really relaxing and feels really nice. So I know I said so many things and so many random things, but I really hope my list helps some people out there. Or if you were just listening to me to hear my list, thanks for listening. I'm really trying to just keep going with my YouTubing and just film more in this room, because I told you my lighting, I'm still working on that. But I also wrote like a bunch of things about like just how to set goals and, you know, just keep achieving them. And for me, I wasn't really sure which goals were right for me until I just kind of had to go down a whole bunch of different lanes and see where I was supposed to head. And I really figured out to almost close people out of my head and stop listening and go after what I want and take a break. And sometimes I think that's right. Also, just like not overthinking things. Sometimes I do overthink things and I'm like, well, these are the positives, these are the negatives. But then I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here spending my times on positives and negatives. And sometimes it's just like, okay, just don't do anything. I mean, obviously some things we have to do, but when it comes to those things that you're unsure and you don't have to do either one, why? So I learned to just kind of let that go. And yeah, just really get out anything negative in my life, people, or I never really had any negative people in my life, but just more situations, I guess, or more things that I put myself entwined with. But I don't know, I feel good about that. And I also learned to not set myself up for failure or too many goals, you know, a schedule that's just too much. So I really realized all that stuff. I think for so many of us, we are just trying to be happy and keep going and make money and create a great family or have fun, depending on where we are in life. So I think just caring about yourself is something you just really have to do once in a while if you have a huge family that you have to take care of, or you're solo just hanging out. So this was my video on how to care about yourself. I hope this was interesting, and I hope you guys keep watching me. I actually already made this video, but I said something I wasn't supposed to, so I had to remake it. And now I go through it, I'm like, oh, did I forget something? But I guess I have no choice but to I don't know, recreate this video and see if I forgot anything, because I know I have less time on this video than that one, but I guess it doesn't matter because maybe I consolidated things. But I wanted to give my little personal touch in there about me. So I'm going to end this way. Thank you guys so much for watching me. I hope this video helped some of you guys out.